What's good, y'all? So in this one, we're going to be talking about one of my takeaways from a very good conversation that I had yesterday, and you know who you are. Even though we had a very broad, cryptic conversation, it really had my mind churn, and it really had me trying to figure some things out. My brain has been operating in a different gear since we spoke last afternoon. But even though I have to come to my own conclusions about a few things, make sure everything is on the up and up and everything is right for me, I'm still very grateful for the conversation and the resources that you provided me. And, there was one big takeaway that I got after our conversation. I was like reflecting on the conversation that we had just had. And I'm going to share it with everybody. To get to the next level, you have to make changes, even if those changes are the things that have brought you success up until this point. I know we have the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, but sometimes that saying doesn't apply. Let me give you a very basic example. When I was a kid, I played basketball, and I used to be very good as a kid. I was nasty at basketball, like from 6 to 9, 10, whatever. Like I was just like that kid on the court. They're like, oh my God, who's this kid? Because I just made things very common sense. What I noticed was, and this is something that Kobe Bryant actually said in one of his interviews, this is something that I noticed as well as a kid. Most kids could not dribble with their left hand, right? And not only that, some kids couldn't dribble without looking down. So I took full advantage of that. When they dribbled the ball, like the second that they dribbled it, they pressed the ball down to dribble it, that's where I would reach my hand out because there's no control over the ball. So I'll just put my hand in between their hand and the ball and knock it away. That's a steal. You know what I'm saying? And my other gift was I was just typically faster than most people on the court. So my claim to fame was the fast break. You know what I'm saying? So when I get the ball and I can sprint down the court, I'm faster than everybody on the court. So it was no competition for me as a kid, relatively speaking. So that's a really good tactic until you start to play against middle schoolers, right? So sure, I can steal the ball from the people that still aren't as good as dribbling, but there's more and more kids that are able to dribble with their right hand. And then they can go between the legs, they can go behind the back. So this, whoa, that's different. Oh, I gotta adjust. So if I relied on my fast break, from like where people that are actually faster than me now, stronger than me, that I'm dealing with people that can dribble now, it's like, wait a minute, I gotta change it up. I can't just rely on the fast break because people are faster than me now. I can't rely on stealing the ball from people that can't dribble with their left hand because people can dribble with their left hands now. So what do I have to do now? I have to make changes. I can't rely on that anymore. So now how do I compete now? I learned how to shoot 3-pointers and I got nasty at that. Then when you get to the next level and you start to play, even like when you're starting to just play pickup games with adults, or you're playing like with the high school team, like I practiced a summer with the high school team, it's like you're starting to like deal with like 6'8" giants. You're dealing with people that can shoot your lights out and all this type of stuff. So what can I do differently? And this is like the peak of my basketball career. But like what I started to do was like, all right, offensively, I can keep up with everybody. But my claim to fame became defense. Right, and it's like my defense was like the one-man full court press, especially in like very competitive full court games as an adult, like high school, college. It's like for me, like when I'm playing with my squad, I'm like, yo, pick up mine. He's like, oh, he about to go in. I'm like, all right, let's go. And I would just do a one-man full court press. Like everybody that got the ball, I'm hounding you. I'm running zigzagging, pop, 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 in your face, steal the ball, boom. I'm scoring for the team. My whole team is sitting on the other side of the court, and I'm over here giving my all in the first half of the game. So when I tire out, the rest of my team is still fresh. Mind you, this is pickup basketball, not like, game time. But like, in pickup basketball, so my team is still fresh and they can finish the game strong. That was my claim to fame. And that's why people love me on their team. Not only can I handle my own on the offensive side, but then on the defensive side, I was owning it, right? I had to make the changes necessary. The same is true when it comes to the spiritual game. When it comes to your job, your occupation, your own, like if you're a self-starter or you got your own business or whatever, whether it's your relationships, whatever, the things that have been successful for you, cool. Like, let's just say you're a pickup artist. You're a dude, you got game like that. You got the gift of gab. Every woman loves you. Okay. The same stuff that worked for all the basic women out there are not going to work for that one though. And because that didn't work on that one, she's going to be your new bar. You might, whoa. I can say this. I can get into your head. I can navigate your emotions. But with you, whoa. I wasn't ready for all that. Hold on, I got to step it up a different, or I have to come at this at a different angle. You know what I'm saying? On your spiritual journeys, you know, sure, meditation is like the key. Meditation is like the base point of all the spirituality game, you know, but it's like, okay, you got to meditate. That's cool. You just going to just meditate, or are you going to start to meditate and visualize? Are you going to meditate and try to make communication with the higher level entities? Are you going to meditate and try to astral project, or are you just going to sit there quietly just doing what you saw in that one book that you read about meditation? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to keep only using the same herbs that you're used to, whether it's like for a spirituality game or just health, or as an herbalist? Are you going to stick with these same herbs, or are you going to keep going out there to find something new to enrich what's going on in your mind, to enrich your practices, to enrich your experience levels? You know, are you going to break out of your day-to-day flow and change it up a little bit? You know what I mean? What are you going to change? What are you willing to give up to get to that next level? Now, and this is when we get into that term sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice? You know, of course, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yes, as in, if I'm not saying completely like sabotage yourself in order to like get this goal. Use some common sense is what I'm saying. I know y'all all got brains. You know what I'm saying? But like, what are you willing to give up? As in, like, you know, it's like, okay, this works for me, this works for me, this works for me. Okay, now do I keep doing what I'm doing, but do I just amplify it, or do I need to take something away? You know, like for some people, I'm just making this example up because it just popped into my head. Like, let's just say you're trying to like rise up in business. Okay, well, being a yes man is pretty cool because, oh, he's a very hard worker. Oh, he does everything that we ask him to do. Cool. But then when you want to try to get up into the upper levels, you know, into management, into ownership, into whatever, it's like you can't be a yes man no more. Sure, that was successful for you in the beginning because that showed that you have hard work. They put you on different projects. They gave you first dibs on stuff. They begin to trust you, you know, but you can't be a yes man when it comes to being a manager, because you're going to talk to clients that are going to try to save their own wallets. They're going to try to cut corners, and you're going to be able to stand up for yourself. You know what I mean? And it's like, how are you going to be the boss if you're a pushover? How are you going to own your own company if you're going to sell, I'm going to sell you this cup. This is my little teacup from this morning. It's like, I'm going to sell you this teacup, and all of my teacups are $10. Well, that's kind of expensive. I'll give you 3. There is no bargaining here. Like, if you were to say, oh, 3? Oh, okay. Well, I did have a revenue goal of 300,000, but $3. Okay, here you go. You know, it's like, or are you going to stand up for your product? Hey, yo, no, hold up. This is made of the finest. What's this? This is made out of like the finest cardboard. This is actually recycled and then filtered through, and all the pollutants that were in it have been properly handled at a waste disposal site. This is some high quality cardboard right here. Even the dye that we got came from some rare plant that we've been able to harvest. And this is like the best dye, the best color. This is the highest quality cardboard cup, whatever. I'm not even sure if I'm using the right word, but y'all know what I'm saying. This is the highest quality. No, there is no negotiation. There is no haggling with this. $10, please. I don't want that. Then see you later. You know? Now, don't get me wrong. Once again, with business, I'm just giving simple examples. But it's just like, sometimes you got to change it up. And you have to grow. Some things flake off of you as you grow. When you the head, when you the CEO, when CEO, CFO, CTO, owner, you know, whatever, there are certain things that you cannot operate at. There's a mindset that you cannot operate at the top and at the bottom. There's a reason why the tip of the pyramid is so small when it comes to like income gaps, you know, or not gaps, but like salary, wages and stuff. The 1% up here, they don't have the mindset of all of y'all, the masses. There's a reason why they're not hanging down here with the sheep. They're hanging down here with the masses, the laborers and stuff, because they operate at a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of efficiency. You know, that's why people tend to get that little, like that field worker and like manager, like little discourse, because it's like, yo, well, you're telling us to do this, because they're literally thinking differently. They have a different job than y'all. And for those of you at the bottom that get mad at the people at the top, you don't have the right mindset. You know, so don't get me wrong. I like field work because I like being outside. That's a simple reason. I like being outside and doing this type of stuff. But if I were going to want to move up, that means I would have to sacrifice working in the field more than often. And I give up my steel-toe boots for an Excel spreadsheet and budgets and meetings and Zoom calls and Microsoft Teams meetings and all that type of stuff. You have to change it up to get to the point that you want. You know what I'm saying? You know, so either way, those are my thoughts on the matter. You know, don't be complacent. Always be willing and able to make the proper changes necessary to get to where you want to be in life. Simple. Till the next one, y'all. Peace.